Hey Alley Cats, welcome back to the Alley and Callie show. Today I'm very excited because we have our first singer on the show, Betty.
Hey.
Welcome. Hey. She is here to tell us about her journey to becoming a singer and her beautiful, amazing projects that she's working on right now, okay? So tell us about yourself, Betty.
All right, Allie. So I'm from Maryland, and I've been in LA now for 2 years. I've loved music ever since high school, which was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't need to know how old I am.
Me too, girl.
Right?
'Cause, hey.
Yeah, so, I mean, music has always been a thing for me. I've always been just a creative all around. I love art. I love drawing. I love painting. But music has always been like a super focus for me.
And I love your look. I love your hair, your
Thank you.
earrings. Yes. Art. Living
you.
art.
Thank you.
So, tell me about your move from Maryland. How did that go? And how long have you been here in LA?
So technically, I went from Maryland to New York first. I was in New York for about 5 years, almost, and I had a job while I was there. And while I was there, it was great. And they moved me here.
Oh,
so that's how that
nice.
happened. Yeah, no, it was great. The job
So did
was
you
very
want to
hard.
live in LA?
No.
No. So
I
you
didn't
just
like
came
LA.
because of your job.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had been like, here's more money. Go to LA. Nothing related to music. And it was
Okay.
cool. It was cool for the first couple weeks. And then a year goes by, and it was, I mean, that year was rough. That first year here was really rough.
Why
I've been
was it
here.
rough for you?
It's just like adjusting to people, because in Maryland it's kind of southern, but also people are very like upfront.
Yeah.
And I didn't
know what you
meet
mean.
those type of people. Those people exist in LA. I'm not saying that they're here. It's just I didn't meet them when I first got here.
Okay.
I
it
met
takes some time.
Yeah, it took a lot of time to get used to that. And then like in New York, you're so used to being so quick and so short, and it's taken as rude here. And I didn't see it that way. You know, I was too like,
So
I
you
don't
had,
want to
like,
do
a different
anything.
Perspective.
Yeah, so I was a little rough when I first got here, so I had to like calm it down, and then I had to like scale it back. I had to pray a couple times. I was like, Jesus, I don't know. Is it just me or is it everybody? Like,
It's not you. I think like a lot of people I talk to who move here, and me personally myself, it takes a year to get adjusted. So you have to give yourself some time just to get used to the culture shock, I think.
Yeah.
So you're all settled in now though?
Yes, now it's like I love it here. Yeah, it's been it'll be 3 years in November.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've been making good headway. Yeah, it's been great.
Awesome. So tell me about your projects that you currently have out right now, and where can we find your music?
So I have a lot of music on SoundCloud. Everything's under B Solomon Sayings or just Bethel Solomon.
Okay. I'll put up the link. Yes.
And a lot of the music that I have out now is mostly collaborations.
Okay.
I dropped 2 singles. One is a song called Void that I did with this producer out in Paris. I've never met him in real life. Yeah.
Love it.
SoundCloud is like a really cool portal to meet other artists.
Okay.
And somehow I found his beats.
Okay.
And I go to New York, at least once or twice a year. And I went back and recorded a song, and I came back, and it just sounded so good, and he loved it. And I was like, do you mind if I just put it up like on Spotify and iTunes for sale? He was like, do your thing. So I put it up, and it's done all right. And it kind of has like an electronic feel. So it just gave like a different vibe for people to like get into. And then the other song is the song Bottle, which is from the album that I'm getting mixed and mastered right now.
Tell me about Bottle. That's
Bottle
an
is
interesting title. Is it about pouring drinks? That like a cocktail.
Yeah, kind of. That song was one of the first songs I wrote when I moved here. And living here and having so many dating inquisitions in New York, it was great. And then I moved here, and I felt, it's a desert in LA, but like dating wise, it also turned into a desert. Everything dried up in my hands. You just kind of like watch it, like sand pouring out of your hands, like where did all the men go? Okay. So it was kind of hard at first, and I have an amazing friend. His name is Ahmed Alabaka. And he scores and writes all of the piano music and all the other instrumentation. So that song is on an album that I'm working on and getting mixed right now called B is for Bethel. It's my first like fully produced album. I've done like a little side mixtapes and dropped singles here and there, but this is the first time I've like put money and effort into one really good sound project. It's looking to be 7 to 8 songs. It depends if I add this outro. But Bottle is a song just about how sometimes when you're reminiscent about people, and it's not necessary, it can be interpreted as alcoholism or not, but sometimes like you end up kind of like drinking to them and you don't even realize, like you're putting up like a really sad toast to all the men that you've been with. So yeah, that song, it's funny because like it was when we both live in Cape Town. After hanging with him for like only like a couple weeks, this was like after that first year hump of rough, living in LA. Okay. I had found like a really good friend in him, and I was like, I'm gonna get some drinks out of the fridge. You want some wine? And then I don't know. I picked up a bottle, and I'm literally like pouring a glass for him. But it was a sad line. It was I was hoping and praying I could find the man of my dreams in my bottle. So I was like, so I did that, and he looked at me like, what was that? And I was like, I don't know, I was thinking about this guy I used to date. He's like, so he gets on the piano and he starts writing the music, and then that's how we work.
That's how the song came together?
Yeah, it literally was, yeah. So it's
this is a real artist here, people. I feel like I can relate to it.
Yeah, it's literally like you're just literally like looking in your glass hoping that they will pop out of this river of red wine,
Right?
You're just
Isn't
looking
that all of us ladies? I'm sorry, LA ladies. Can you relate to that sometimes?
It's rough. It's so rough.
So he just got on the piano and started playing.
He started writing the song, and yeah, so that's how we had that song, and people love that song. Anytime I performed it live, especially when there's a good percentage of women there, it just hits a note. And I think even more because it's just voice and piano. You can't avoid the pain that it probably triggers. Exactly. So I don't mean to like make it a painful thing, but it is because it's like
people like to relatable music. I know I do. It feels like someone else, even if it's just one person being you. You understand me.
Yeah. It's like somebody gets me. So that's how that song feels. It's like
that's amazing. Thank God for people like you that can like put like experience into music. That whole little scenario you told me about reminds me of like Empire. That sounds like a scene from the show Empire. Like you're just chilling and then you just pour and you just have a song out of nowhere.
It's like, did y'all just do that? Yes, we did.
I was actually watching a video about Jay-Z talking about inspiration or something, and he actually said, you always want to be in a space where you're inspired, where just ideas come to you. The moment you start thinking, you're not inspired and you need to stop. Yeah. So that sounds like an inspiration moment to me. That's amazing. You mentioned that you kind of started getting into music in high school. Can you tell me the reason why you decided to become a singer?
So there was like a lot of stopping and going after high school. Like I started in high school, but then I kind of like stopped in college, but then I started again, and then it was like it was just like an on again. It was like a relationship. It was just on again, off again. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do because I didn't have confidence in myself. Okay. Because also like as people we draw these weird parallels where we think we have to be the next Adele or Britney or whomever you look up to, and it was unfair. Like I'm comparing myself to these people. Like I may be bigger. I'm like, who knows? Like why are we?
It's true.
I may be on the same level. I don't know. Like I may make more of an impact. Everyone has their time. Like eventually, her time will go to a certain point, and it'll be a different thing for her. Like every age, every year, every child, every relationship that these artists go through, it changes them.
Exactly.
So I don't know what's gonna happen next. But yeah, it took me a minute to come back to it because even in New York, those 5 years, it was the same thing, on again, off again. And then once I met Ahmed and we did Bottle, that was like the first song we really did. So when you moved
here to LA,
that changed it, because it was just kind of like the job that had moved me here. It was great for somebody that wanted to do that, to be an operations manager in a huge store with a bunch of employees that didn't really like me. So it was just kind of like, it was just kind of like, I guess someone else would find this as a great challenge. In my mind, I'm like, I'm over it.
Yeah, it's not your passion.
Yeah. So it's like, I always will love music. Yeah. After I met Ahmed, it was just kind of like, why can't we just do this every day?
Yeah, and you can.
Yeah. So it was just kind of like, let's just focus on that then. Let's figure out how to make that happen.
I love that. So it took like, I guess, a writing partner for it to like really click. Yeah. So sometimes you need a team, even if that team is one person, and your destinies will kind of like align or cross paths.
Yeah.
And that'll be like the deciding factor.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
No, it's definitely true.
So can you tell us about, I always ask all my guests to tell me like a crazy story about something that's happened to you since you've been in LA, or either just like a moment where you just had like a really inspiring moment where it's like, okay, universe, I hear you.
So I work part-time at a coffee shop in downtown LA, and I was working before I got started the job that I'm at now, because that's all we do as artists is job hustle. One day I was there, and I'm with my writing partner Ahmed, and it was funny because I've yet to grow a relationship with the gentleman that came in, but he lives and works across the street.
Okay.
And this is a producer that is from the age of the Bee Gees and Prince. And, So
he's
this man, I didn't know that when he came in.
Okay.
Something that told me to just ask him how his day was going. And then next thing you know, we're having a conversation.
Okay.
And Ahmed is there, and we were just listening to my album. These were rough cuts. So we were going through parts that we didn't like and liked. This is the editing process. So it was great because we worked together. We could do this.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let's just do this while we're at work. Nobody's here.
Yeah.
And he asked us like to listen to what we were playing. We played it for him, and he's looking at us like, you guys, this is really good. And I didn't know anything else. I don't want to put all this information out there, but but this gentleman is, possibly one of many good relationships that we'll have that will get us where we need. But it was like you couldn't have set up a better situation.
Yeah, it was destiny. It was like meant to happen.
Yeah.
So do you still keep in contact with him?
Yes. Yeah. He's like the type of person that's like keeping tabs. He's like, send me, some new stuff. Yeah, I think he's just waiting, maybe to see the next thing. I don't know, what his part will be.
Okay.
And what happens for us next. But, for the musician and for the writer, it was just like a cool situation because he had both of us there.
That's the perfect example of when preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah. When you're ready for it.
You have to be on your grind because you never know when that one person or the opportunity is going to come into your life, and you have to be ready.
It's true. Yeah, that's a very LA thing. In New York, nobody has time. Everybody it's more like, I feel like, a relationship thing. Like you have to know the person that'll get them to sit down and listen. Here, if the opportunity in the moment is available, like that moment, he just asked us like, can I listen to it? You guys can send it to me, and I literally just asked like, do you want to just listen now? There's nobody in this coffee shop. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like, it's literally already queued up on his phone. He was like, I got a minute. And he listens to like 2 songs. So it was just kind of like, here is like, have it ready. Be ready all the time.
That's why people move to LA. It's like the land of magic and wonder. But you have to be on your stuff. A lot of people talk about it. They don't do. And that's why the ball never gets rolling. But this is a doer here. That's why she's on the Ali and Callie show. Thank you so much for coming. I like to always get people on the show. I'm going to put up all her information. Go listen to her music. She has an amazing voice, as you just heard. Purchase her music. Follow her, like everything she does. She's freaking awesome.
Support the album fund. And
one day you're gonna be like, oh my god, I saw her on Ali and Callie, and now she's freaking amazing and winning a Grammy. And she was on my show first.
Same. And it would be the same feeling.
Yes. Oh my god. Thank you. We're gonna blow up. Yes. We're Black Girl Magic. Black Girl Magic. All right. Thanks for watching, Alley Cat. See you later. Meow.